We've got to go from point A to point B, but we're stuck in this scenario there.
Yeah, we're stuck in a rut.
Stuck in a rut. All right. Let's
identify the rut.
All right. Let's say.
Let's spell it out.
Okay. The rut. Spell it out today. Sweet.
So the rut is pretty much you're stuck in a place of basically that there is no clarity. The word is stuck. That is the word to identify it. And stuck means also that I don't know where I'm going forward, but also I don't know where I've come from either. I don't really know who I am.
Yes.
So this is just like a pool of negativity.
Right.
There's no value. You don't have value. There's no self-esteem. It's zip, self-esteem.
Yep.
There's no credibility. There's no nothing. It's non-existent.
Sweet. But we do desire. So we've got there's a disconnect with what we
feeling
like, but what we desire to have or
exactly.
whatever.
So we want all this. Yes, that's right. So on the outer, we want money, women, cars, whatever.
Yeah,
whatever.
All good shit. No, that's all right. It's all good shit.
Yeah, all the good stuff.
Yeah, I want a better missus.
That's it.
Things that go that well.
I want to live in this country. If I can blah, 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 I want to do this. Yeah. All these shiny, they're not all shiny, but some good stuff in your life. It's not bad to have good things in your life.
Of course. But it's shit we want, right? So we want these new things. But because we're addicted to our life, our thoughts, whatever negativities we got going.
Our feelings.
Correct. How do we, because in my opinion, if you're not thinking, if you're not aligned with if your mindset's not aligned with the things that you really desire, you're not going to get them.
No.
All right? And generally, we're thinking about shit. We think that the thing we want is going to give us that is going to complete us. It's going to make us whole, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. It's going to add value in our lives.
That's right. And the message we're sending...
Because we have no value.
Correct. The message we're sending... Yeah, that's right. Because we're half, that's going to make us whole.
Because we're a piece of shit?
Yeah, it's going to add
that's
to us.
That's how we feel?
Correct. Rather than we're cool the way we are, and we're just going to open up the doors of opportunity for these things to just come into our life.
That's right.
Meaning, all right, so scenario. Usually, because of our fucked up mindset, man, we want, let's say we want more money. And our fucked up mindset is like, we get this more money, we're going to be happy. Sweet, no problem. But our beliefs around money is all fucked up. First of all, it's coming from a scarcity and negativity, saying that if I get that money, I'm going to feel better, I'm going to feel whole, I'm going to feel fucking valuable.
I can do more things.
All right? By definition, you thinking that that's going to do something for you, all right? Mm-hmm. That it's going to enrich your life as far as it's not about enriching your life. It's going to make you feel better. Just feel better. Don't worry about
No, that's it.
You're going to afford more.
I feel like shit, and I'm going to feel better. That's it.
Bravo.
Bare basic.
Yeah, correct. All right? Just thinking about that alone, all right, energetically, vibration, whatever the fuck you want to think about, what you chase, what you attract, what do you call it? What do you chase runs away from you kind of thing, you know what I mean? So you think I want you. All right? It's almost you're sending out the energy of a desperate cunt.
100%.
So we know with women, why is it always, you have to be like, man, I don't give a fuck, man, fuck this bitch, and then you get her. All right? That's how the chase between the man and the woman shows you energetically how everything else works.
Correct.
You have to be like, I've got plenty of you hoes. Do you know what I mean? You have to be in that abundance.
That's the signal you're sending out.
That's the signal you're sending out. So it's not bullshit. It's not like if I feel something, it has no objective or effect on the outside reality.
There's no woman that's gone for a guy that's been desperate.
The message,
no fucking way.
You're sending out an energy. Yeah, you can't see it and shit, but it's you're sending it out. You're not with a straight face.
It exists.
If you're saying that you're the same cunt with zero money in your pocket going out, or with $1,000, it's not the same. Your security is you're armed up to the teeth with security. You're like, what up, Lokestar? Yeah. You are secure.
100%.
As opposed to insecure, homies.
That's right.
So that's the bare bones of what's going on. Now what we're discussing is how the fuck do you change? I don't feel good within myself. So how do you give yourself the money? How do you make yourself feel more secure and think more to yourself like, man, I don't give a fuck if I got the money or not. Just, we'll stick to the money combo.
Well, you got to be basically that, you can use words of gratitude or,
because it's hard to let go of that belief.
Yeah, grounded. So basically thinking like, first of all, there's a lot of examples. One would be like, be grateful for what you got, right? How do we do that? If I don't have anything, the ego always tells us we don't have anything.
Correct.
And that's usually aiming at the things that we want. So I want money. By default, I think I don't have anything.
Correct.
Like, I mean, nothing.
That's right. Yeah.
But you only want money.
Correct.
But you do have good friends. You got a missus. You got a child, for example. Whatever. You got good family. You've got things. But
you can't see them.
You can't see them. And I've been like this in the past so many fucking times that I just want this one thing. Money. That's all I want. Sweet. And as what you say, there's a lot of billionaires or millionaires out there, millionaires more, that are just got millions and that's it. They're not happy at all.
Correct.
And I thought that because they're idiots.
Correct.
That's what I used to think. Like, how could you not be happy? You've got millions of dollars. You could do anything you like.
That's right.
But money doesn't buy happiness. I'm not putting that as a status quo, but money doesn't buy love. And money doesn't really buy a lot of the things that you can get for free.
It doesn't buy health.
The value. It doesn't buy health. No. The value. Like, example. For the average person out there, I bet the majority of times they felt great and had a good time did not consist of money.
Yep.
Money was not a factor in that situation.
Yeah, good company, good whatever.
Yeah, you might have been at a picnic. You might have been just like New Year's Eve, just kicking back at your mate's house, having a barbecue, having a laugh. That's really what human beings live for.
Correct.
Good times.
That's right.
Now, money, all money does, because money is important, and money, I mean, it's neutral at the end of the day. It's what you do with the money. Now, in that same situation, your mate's house, having a New Year's Eve party, whatever, and it's low key and all that, could you enhance it? Yeah, money could enhance it. You could probably be on a Greek island, for example. Like, location could be different.
Yeah.
Could be like, great hotel, the whole thing a bit more. You can definitely enhance it.
Yeah, you're on a yacht with the fucking Prince of fucking
That's
Saudi
it, yeah. Better food, this and that, whatever, sweet. But the core of it, which is the friendship, the laughing, the talking, and that energy, it's got nothing to do with money.
No.
Okay? And you can achieve that without money.
Correct.
All right? But for me, it was just like, fuck. No, this guy can, if he's got money, at least he's better off than most people. And sometimes he might be better off in general.
Yeah.
Because, he doesn't have to worry about paying the bills. He can be whenever he wants. He puts himself in a better opportunity to be better places.
He's got the freedom to do shit.
That's it.
Yeah. It's
so that is it's a real thing.
Correct.
Okay? Now, but at the end of the day, if you're thinking that I'm useless and I don't have anything.
That's what I'm saying.
And all you want is money, is like, first of all, it's lopsided.
Yes.
Okay? And you're thinking like, this thing is going to save me. This is going to add to my life in more ways than one. It only adds in one way.
This is the missing piece.
Yeah. Money only adds one way, and that's enhances everything.
Correct.
But money cannot enhance zero. You know what I mean? If something is on zero, it can't enhance zero.
No.
It's got to be at least on one.
No.
It's got to have something.
That's right.
To enhance.
But the fact that we believe that our happiness is predicated on this one thing taking place there,
it's delusional.
It's full on.
It's very full on, and that's what it's called. That's when you're very restricted mentally, okay, rigid, and very fucking attached. And attachment is fucking bad.
Correct.
It is fucking poison.
Correct.
Because you can't see. You're like a mental patient. You can't see any other way out. This is the only way. There are no other variables. This is it.
That's right.
And I've been in this place. It's a very dark place. It's a shit place to be. And by being like that, no one's going to want to be with you anyway. It doesn't matter if it's friends, missus, family, no one's going to want to be with you.
No, can't.
You're like, first of all, you don't even want to be with yourself.
Correct.
So
Correct.
we're at a loss.
That's right. And because you're putting that out there, it's,
That's it. Nothing good can come from that. As I say, a negative and a negative equals a negative. A negative and a positive still equals a negative.
I think so. I'm not sure.
That's what it is,
But it's
right?
fine. Yeah.
So the way to attack it is the 3-step process we've spoken about, right? One is that if you're in a shit place, this place that you're stuck, and because I've been there, this is what helped me get out of it. Okay? Now, it's not the only way, obviously, but it's a way. So first is you can't blame the self. You can't blame yourself, saying, because a lot of these things happen in a spiritual realm, they're not like a physical thing. Okay? So if you're saying that you're worthless, it may not equal too much on a physical realm.
Yeah.
You can go say that all day. Nothing's really bad's going to happen to you.
No.
No one's going to belt you because they said that. You know what I mean?
No.
But spiritually, you're doing some serious damage.
Correct.
Like fucking serious. Because again, it goes to what you said before. You're sending something you can't see, which is the energy.
Yes.
Which really runs our whole reality.
Correct.
Our whole reality is run on spiritual stuff.
That's right.
Energies. So if you're putting an energy that I'm a shit cunt and I'm not worth anything, then that energy that goes out, it ain't going to bring something positive in your life. It's not possible.
Correct.
So all you're going to do is just going to invite more negativity.
That's right. Let me bust it 3 seconds.
Go.
Sorry. Let me just bust it because I've got something to say here. So the reason why we know it's bad to want something or wrong to want something that's going to complete us. Just that alone. So it's like a carrot, let's say, that the ego or whatever dangles.
Yeah.
All right. The reason why I can say yes, that's bad to think that way is because first of all, I believe that our happiness, the way we feel about ourselves, is in our control. It can't come from outside.
Yeah, it's an internal thing, so it can't be an external solution for an internal problem.
Correct. So because we're built the way we're built, like that's why I always say if you're on an island, you got no money. You're just going to try to find some food and you're going to be sweet. You're not going to be thinking, fuck, I wish I had that Mercedes.
Or the $1 million.
Okay, that's right. But because we're in the game of society, our ego's got more things to play with and our ego's got more
artillery.
In the,
more artillery.
That's right. And I also feel that another reason why it's wrong is because when you think about that thing, automatically it makes you feel like shit.
Correct.
Like, you shouldn't feel like shit unless you've done something wrong. Like, you fuck someone over. Like, serious integrity, honesty kind of damages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Immoral shit, yeah.
Not I don't have this, so I'm a shit cunt.
Exactly.
It's too, I don't have this because I'm a shit
I
cunt.
hit somebody for no reason.
Yeah.
I feel like a shit cunt. Yes, all right, sweet.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
You
doing.
don't have this imaginary thing that you think is going to be... is going to make you happy, for lack of a better word. It's going to complete you. So that's why I know it's bullshit. It's not air, it's not water, it's not food. You can't die from this thing because you already don't have it. So, take from that what you will, but I believe that's not, by definition, that is just a carrot. It's a proverbial
100%.
carrot that is dangling.
It's an illusion.
And what happens is from there, not only does it make you chase, but it makes you reflect negative things on yourself because why you don't have this thing. Not only that, you block off, you devalue everything else in your life. So it's impossible. Once you're chasing something like, I need this, you're in a starvation mode. You're in like a, excuse me.
Yes, you're in scarcity.
Bravo, like a povo cunt mode. And when you're in that mode, you're not thinking about thriving.
No.
You're just thinking about how I'm going to get my next meal. I just got to get this thing to feel this thing. But it's not food, it's not water, it's not air. It's a thing. It's a made up fucking thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
And it feels like inside us, because that's the way it works. It feels like the ego. Why does the ego hate being present? Because it gives you things to either make you depressed to think about the past, or anxious, or whatever to think about the future. As far as like, I need this or I lack that. It's only in those two worlds, all right. And it's only a state of mind, and it's just controlling you by your emotions, all right. So, in my opinion, those things don't line up with the natural kind of universe of things, like the natural order.
The way of things. Yeah,
that's right. Because I when they say like, oh, everything you've got is inside you. You don't have to look around. All right? That's true. Now, you might not feel like that's true, but they're about...
Yeah, because we just don't know.
Feelings are like, they're
fucked up.
Yeah. Feelings are like, I don't know. I can't give it a good example. What feelings are like. What's a...
Feelings are like just bad programming. That's what they are. They're just like... Feelings, if anything, to come to the bare basic of it, it's like... If you've ever driven a car, if you're over 18, you've driven a car, okay, and then, there's a light that comes on. It's a sensor that's been triggered for some reason.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a signal that something is up.
Correct.
Okay, and then you're like, oh, okay, I must be low on oil.
Yes.
Maybe you pull over and check the oil. Not, fuck, I can't believe I'm low in oil, I'm going to die. My world's falling apart. It's there, it's a signal. We should take it as signals. Oh, I don't feel good. Why not? Oh, because this. Or I feel great. Fantastic. How can I get more of this? Whatever. They're just signals.
They're signals, but it's always wrong.
Well, it's
not a good signal. It's a terrible signal.
Yeah, it's a bad signal. Like you're running low on oil, you're running low on water. They're just signals.
It makes you feel like it has value to listen to it.
Yes, but you have to pay attention to it.
It's a belief.
Yeah, but you also, as I'm saying, it could also be positive as well. In a positive, like it might come up, might come up as a positive. Like, fuck, I'm on cocaine and I feel fucking great. Like, you relax, take it easy. This is not you. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if I'm making sense here, but it's like,
yeah,
they're just signals that we should like be aware of and act on them.
But what I'm trying to say is, you could be aware of it before you're aware of, like,
we're aware that it's happening.
You don't want to be taking it too seriously.
No, we're aware it's happening, but we're not aware that, hey, we've got to pull up here, we've got to pay attention a bit and see what's going on here, what's going on in the workings.
Yeah, that's a higher level kind of way to think. It's a higher level of awareness. Like the person who's got I need money, or I need a missus because I'm lonely. If I don't have a girlfriend, I'm finished.
Yes.
All right. The person who needs that there, who thinks they need that to be happy, they're getting the signals telling them they need that.
Yes.
It's fucking wrong.
Well, the ego's sending that signal.
That's right. And the emotions are telling you, yes, it's justified. But I believe that. That is
correct.
My belief.
Yeah.
What I'm here to say is that's wrong.
Right, okay.
That is wrong. Today. It's fucking wrong.
It is wrong.
The program got twisted today. Not got twisted. Because of your conditioning, your life has always shown you that you need these specific things to solve whatever fucking problem you think your awareness is. So let's say money is representing of finance, obviously. A missus or something is representing of love. I need love.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have love. It's like, that's like the weapon, the spear you need to go hunting. Now, because you needed a spear back in the day to kill the wild pig when you were on the fucking, as a caveman cunt, you needed the spear. That means you always need a spear to get your dinner. All right? So now all you know is spear. All right? Now, fast forward, there's many ways to
get your food.
Get your food. I could go through a drive-through.
All right?
But we're stuck to that fucking spear. No, they don't make spears anymore, eh? But we're still chasing it. No, it needs to be this way. I don't know if it's the best example, but...
Yeah, look, we're fixed. We're fixed in the way it should come.
I'm trying to say, the thing that we thought originally, the way we created that initial belief was based off fucking our perception of the scenario.
Yeah.
And at that time, we might have been under stress and we need this thing Because when you're a fucking kid today, you don't know how to solve problems. So all of a sudden, I don't have this fucking gaming console. The thing that gets gaming consoles is cash. That's it. Ding. That means that your fucking main purpose, all right, to avoid the feeling of not getting that fucking gaming console is cash.
Yeah, cash solves all problems.
Cash solves all problems. Finished. And that's going to alleviate that pain you got within you.
Yes.
And because at the time you didn't get that fucking gaming console, you felt like every other cunt's got on fucking shit. I'm not shit. Cash means I am shit. That's how fuck it works.
That's it.
That's the be all and end all.
That's
as far as we'll go over the woman one as well. Maybe your mum, you didn't get that love from your old lady. She was like a bit hardcore. She wasn't fucking, very lovey-dovey. Who the fuck knows what scenario? Maybe you didn't have your mum, but Maybe you didn't have a grandmother. You didn't have that feminine situation. Yeah. So you're always like, fuck, I didn't get that.
Yeah. Maybe you had a girlfriend when you were really young and she dumped you and whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, fuck, I'm never going to find anyone in my life.
Yeah, that
If
too.
she didn't like me, no one's going to like me. You know? Who knows? There's a lot of different...
that's a different one, yes.
There's a lot of different ways these things creep up in the mind.
It comes when you're young.
Yeah. Yeah.
The tone gets set.
Guaranteed. And then you just repeat everything you've learned. That's the program.
That's right. That's why people who are like abuse victims, when they're young, sometimes they can turn into like they keep on finding people who fit this kind of mold, untrustworthy, blah 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 blah.
Oh, well, they might become the abuser as well.
It's, you know what I mean? So that's how strong the design is.
Yeah, that happened to me. That's what I must do. Yeah, even though it's crazy.
Yeah, it's completely wrong, but for some reason I feel comfortable, and that's what I believe. I'm just compelled to do that.
Yeah,
it's like a spell.
100%. It's like the bully being bullied.
He's gonna bully a cunt.
He's gonna bully somebody.
Well, it's always the case.
Which doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, their dad or whatever fucks their shit up, and then they bully cunts because they feel because they felt they didn't have power, so they need to do something to gain that power back.
Exactly.
And for some reason, they always choose the thing that was done to them.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Like, there's many ways to get power back, but that's your mind as a young cunt just links it to that.
Guaranteed.
It goes to the closest, anything it can grab.
Yeah, whatever can relate to. And again, it's not logical at all.
Correct. How would
you do that? Why would you do that?
Yeah, everything we do is illogical. It's irrational.
Yeah.
It's literally
crazy.
Not logical.
Crazy.
Yeah, because emotions don't go off logic.
Yeah. No, of course. There is no fucking logic.
Correct. So don't believe the hype. And for me, my default is like, I don't like the fact that I need something in order to make me feel whole or power. Because I think to myself, what if I'm... fuck. So everything's laying on that thing there. That's it. Oh, I'm fucked if I don't get this thing. I'm like, all right, maybe there's another way. Like there's too many conditions on what I need to do to feel grateful, gratitude, like you were saying, to feel like a normal cunt. There's too many conditions. They fuck off.
Way too many.
And to me, as a natural person, I'm not a fucking. I wasn't made in a lab,
yeah.
But as a natural cunt, like a child of the fucking universe, I feel like we weren't born with conditions on whether or not we feel good or not. It's our right. It's our God-given right to fucking be able to have the power to make ourselves happy. Like God's not putting think about animals and shit. Animals, they're not like running out of food today. The bear in fucking Canada, the brown bear or the black bears, whatever they got there, it's grizzly cunts. They got this river. Fucking the salmon's coming. Like the salmon's literally coming up, swimming upstream to go back to fucking lay the eggs. Some mad shit every year. It's like a buffet for these cunts today.
Yeah, of course.
They're not like, these bears are fucking fat cunts.
Yeah, they're not stressing about...
How much are they eating, these cunts, eh?
A lot.
That's what I'm saying. They're not thinking about where's my food going to come from.
No, it's been provided.
That's right. Now, imagine they had to learn how to read and write, get a job, earn money, and then they had to go to Macca's to buy the big
Quite
Mac.
difficult.
That's what I'm saying.
Quite difficult.
So I don't believe that's how the system is.
No. Or in religious terms, they say, like, let go and let God. That means that God will take care of you either way. So, it feeds the birds, it feeds, the bears, as you mentioned. Why wouldn't it take care of his greatest creation?
Everything is sorted.
It's all sorted.
Yeah.
The reason why we don't get it is because we fuck up our own shit. We get involved
Correct.
too much.
Correct.
Go to the same thing with, what the ego, Wayne Dyer used to say about the ego. The ego is, edging God out. Like basically, the way he sees it is that if you're, from the moment of conception all the way until birth, everything's done for you. You're not stressing about, am I going to get a nose? Am my eyelashes going to grow? Am I going to have fingers? You're not doing anything.
No.
You're just being.
Correct.
Things are happening for you.
That's it, right?
So once you're born, why he's thinking like if that was God's creation and you're born and you have to do nothing, why can't that be the true for the rest of your life? And when I mean do nothing, I don't mean sit on the couch and do nothing. It doesn't mean that.
No.
All right. He just means that go about your business and don't worry about how it's going to come to you.
Doing nothing is also not natural.
Exactly.
We're supposed to be moving.
Yeah, you're supposed to be moving. You're supposed to go for a walk.
Correct.
Go for a run. You're supposed to keep fit. You're supposed to have a good mindset.
Stand up. When
Now,
you
if
do a
you're aiming to
podcast.
be a doctor, for example, just for an example, okay, you're not going to stress about when I'm going to become a doctor. There's a path laid out. You've got to go to school, got to do this. Just keep on doing what has to be done.
Correct.
That's your job. Everything else will get done when it has to get done. That's the let go, let God theory.
That's right. And school and that, God didn't invent school and that.
No.
We invented fucking school.
Exactly. Society. That's right.
To train people and like give people skills to be able to fix certain things. We organised things and made it more complex and this and that. Back in the day, there was like a medicine man cunt or just a cunt who had a little bit more experience than everyone else or getting on helping cunts when they were sick or whatever. You know what I mean? And he was like the doctor. Didn't go to uni.
Yeah.
He just
Back
fell
then,
into
actually,
that
he
role.
was actually... The theory is that doctors back then were the least paid. So if you were like, a stone maker or something, you know what I mean? Or,
Stonemason.
stonemason, yeah.
Sorry.
Or like
Someone who really...
anyone that can really like need to get their hands dirty or anything, like a physical job, you were paid way more than a doctor. The doctor was seen back then was like, you've got a gift and you should share it with the world. I'm not saying that's correct or it's not correct. I'm just saying
That's how it was.
they didn't have a value as much.
Correct.
Either way,
That's all right.
go for the stonemasons.
That's right.
But either way, right now is that, we fuck up our own shit. So we get in our own way.
Yes.
And that means that we shouldn't get involved with what's happening or when it's going to happen. Your job is just to do what needs to be done. That's it.
Correct.
Walk the path.
Yes.
That's the job. Now, we're not taught this stuff.
No.
Okay, so that's where the fucking problem is.
We're ignorant.
That's right. And ignorance is not bliss.
No.
First of all. All right. So awareness is the key here. To become aware of okay, I know there's a thing now. I know what I have to do. I've got to follow a recipe.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the basics of moving forward.
I got to stop fucking my shit up.
That's it. And let things be the way they're meant to be. Now, if you want more money, you have to do more things. So you either have to upskill, you would have to, maybe invest. You have to do something more than you're currently doing.
That's right.
Because money ain't going to fall from the sky.
Correct.
That's a fact. Well, it hasn't for me anyway.
Correct. Physically, you got to take the right steps.
Yeah.
Physically.
Physically.
Regardless of how you fucking feel about it.
Exactly. Like, losing weight is another example. I'm overweight. Cool. What do I want? What's the result? I want to lose weight. Sweet. I want to lose 20 kilos. Sweet. How is this possible? Is someone going to lose the kilos for you? Are you going to get this miracle drug that apparently is going to get rid of the weight? I'm not sure. The only thing I'm sure of is that from my upbringing, if you want to lose 20 kilos, you got to count your calories and you got to do some physical exercise.
That's it.
That's the way I've been brought up.
That's the way it goes. That's why it's so such an entry to I'm not going to say excellence per se, but it is a
stepping stone,
bravo,
for sure, to get more in your life. because that is the most simplest thing to do and get immediate results from.
An entry, stepping stone to self-confidence.
That's it.
Let's put
exactly.
it that way. I
Exactly.
do this, I get this,
That's
I
it.
fucking did this, I have pride.
Yeah. You don't need to go to school for this.
No.
You don't need money for this.
No.
You don't need anything but you and the will to do it.
That's right. And it exercises our deeper things that can help us push through these beliefs, negative beliefs and emotions, which is consistency over time and discipline.
Correct.
Because that's the thing that lets us say, like, all right, yeah, maybe the thing I'm feeling about this certain thing is not correct. How do I avoid that? You know what I mean? And beliefs and habits are like connected. The reason we smoke or have a certain habit that fucks our shit up, eat too much, is because we believe that it's like we're cool with it. It's comfortable. It feels. We don't even believe it in here. We believe it in our hearts, in our emotions. That's why we're sold to it. We know on paper that, let's say, smoking is not good for you.
Yeah, of course.
But it's not, we're just so, our belief in it just makes us feel so comfortable that we just don't look at it. So, it gives us something. Everything gives you something. It's so many, like we can talk about fucking, and we're going to continue to talk about these specific principles, because these principles, it's simple, but it's like, it's got so much to it, and you need to look at it as a whole, and we're trying to narrow down where the pitfalls are or what to look for, how to like do less bad or negative shit.
Yeah, but all these fundamental principles we're talking about here is they're embedded in every single area of your life.
That's it.
They're everywhere. It is everything.
That's right.
Like, go back to the let go, let God concept when it comes to weight loss. How do we do that, or how do we fuck up our own shit in that process? Don't worry about money. Let's do this one here, the simple one, right? Sweet, I want to lose 20 kilos. No problem. Someone told me I should count calories and I should do some exercise. Now, what would be the reason why you didn't succeed in one of those things? What's the reason? The reason is because after day 2, maybe day 3, I get up and I'm like, oh, it's raining outside.
Bravo.
Or I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Or I got a headache. Whatever. There's thousands and thousands of reasons why.
Something's influencing the way you feel,
That's it.
in essence.
Okay. And you don't go to the gym. No problem. You don't go for a run. You have a donut instead of having an apple. Whatever it might be.
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
So automatically, you're going back.
Back.
That's
You're
it.
doing the same shit.
That's it. You've already fucked it up.
That's right.
How is it 20 kilos now? But you sitting there after another week and stressing like, fuck, this is not working out for me. I'm never going to lose 20 kilos. So now, yes, 100%. It is 100%. You're not going to lose the 20 kilos.
Correct.
Because you're not doing the shit you're meant to be doing.
Yeah, I know. I know what it is. I got it. I mean, I've said it before, but I got it. You ready for this one? If you believe that what you're doing is correct. Now, when we say belief, it's not a thought. It's a feeling. All right. So when I say belief, it's a feeling you have about a certain things. It feels right. That's what a belief is. It's just you feel right about that thing. True? Is that not what it is? All
That's
right.
what it is.
So you feel right about it. When you go and you don't go to the gym and you eat that fucking donut instead of the apple, what you're doing there subconsciously is pretty much saying fuck you to your belief. You're literally going against your belief. And in your heart, you feel like you're a traitor to your belief, eh? And that makes us feel like shit. Because nobody wants to go against their beliefs, right?
No.
You don't see people like, oh, I'm religious, and then I'm fucking the biggest fucking deviant cunt going around town. It's like, it's a big jump, you know?
Yeah, polar opposites.
I don't know if that's a...
Yeah, they're just... Yeah, you're doing something and working the opposite way. Yes.
Or better, yeah, I'll go for this fucking... I'll go for the Chicago Bulls, and tonight I'm going for the fucking Orlando Magic. No one's trading teams for no cunt. Because they believe that's their team.
That's it.
So So we're so sold on our beliefs to our detriment. So I need to lose weight says you're changing teams here. That's why everything's so hard to do. You feel like you're producing,
you're betraying yourself.
You're betraying. That's why we can't do shit.
Yeah.
It's full betrayal. We actually feel like something's going on.
Yeah, because if we're overweight, correct. So if we're overweight, we believe we're worthless, and someone told us, okay, maybe the first step, instead of trying to become a millionaire, why don't you just try to lose some weight? That's something opposite, a polar opposite of what we're currently doing.
Yes.
So if you're, to what you're saying,
yeah.
if I believe I'm worthless, and this guy's telling me to become worthy or to become, proud of yourself or anything like that, you'd have to do this step first. That'll be the initial step. And if you couldn't do that, then you'd feel like shit, obviously.
Interesting.
So you're going against your belief, which I'm feeling like shit, even though this guy's, I know logically, because logic does not come into it.
No.
We are not logical beings.
No.
We're not. Even though we've got logic.
And we can make decisions.
You know what I mean? We're not logical.
No, not when
We're
it
emotional.
comes... Yeah, that's right. Not when it comes to home base. Not when it comes to spirituality, emotions.
Yeah, if you're looking for do you want a cheeseburger or a hot dog? Yeah, sweet. You might use logic then. Or something,
It's always easier to control the outside than it is the inside.
But the things close to your heart, you're going straight on emotion.
Correct.
So that's why it's so hard, obviously, because you're going against your programming, really. That's what it is, and it's hard to go against your programming. But the only way to break that is by keep on following the path, staying on the path, that I need to lose 20 kilos. You don't feel like getting up in the morning, you get up in the morning. If you can't get up in the morning, if you want to pivot, that's fine. Do it later. Not a problem. But it has to get done. As my friend Dan Pena says, the sundown rule. Get it done. At any time of the day, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
Just get it done. Yeah, I'm not a big morning person. Sweet. But you don't have to be. I can just do it at night time. Either way, it gets done.
Correct.
That's the thing here. Get it done.
That's right.
So the more times you try to get it done, the less pull or the less power the ego is going to have on you. Or, another word for the ego is your bad habits.
Yeah.
Your emotions.
Yeah. Fuck, I was thinking about something and I fucking lost it. It was gold today.
Yeah.
Fuck. But
anyway, that's what it is.
The betrayal is full on.
Yeah.
That's why I just not just worked it out. I knew about it, but now it's like more ridiculous. Because you always think like, oh, why wouldn't you do that logical thing that's going to help you?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We're stabbing ourselves in the back by doing this better thing.
Correct. And that's the hardest part. How do you change teams?
Yeah.
How do you change teams? How do you see the light? Well, you got to use logic.
That's the only thing. That's the only thing that can get you over it. Because logic is like, hey, you're overweight. You said you want to do this. And I could see that this guy did it and it worked out for him. I don't really have anything else to go by.
It's cutting off your nose to spite your face. I'm doing it to the detriment. Yeah.
That's it. But that hold of that belief has got... Fuck, it's so powerful. But there's no reason why it's powerful. There's nothing back in it. There's no logic. There's nothing to prove that this is right or you just keep on going. Nothing. It's just a feeling that's got you by the fucking balls.
That you've been doing forever.
That because you've been doing forever, you feel so. That's why you feel it's right.
That's why it's so strong.
That's why it's so strong.
That's why it's so hard for people to change.
That's right.
Teams.
And if you go against that, then you're betraying yourself. But it's the false self.
Correct. People are easier to change religions than like
Guaranteed.
Sporting teams.
Guaranteed.
You know what I mean?
Guaranteed. No, we're going to the grave with a lot of our beliefs. Yeah, well, yeah. We're going to the grave with a lot of our beliefs.
Shout out to FG.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to the grave.
100%.
We're going to the grave. and it doesn't really matter why, and just it's not serving you. Like we have to start serving ourselves. Become a servant to ourselves. Instead of saying,
That's it.
I got what I got it. I got it. Oh, fuck, I remember what I say, sorry. Oh my God. How do you weigh up your value? I've got a theory now. All right, put it out there. Because I was thinking, like you were talking, I'm like, value. Now, how do you know you've hit your peak? Let's say, is there a way? Because I was thinking to myself, when you were saying something about like, oh, you feel like shit about yourself, you feel that you're worthless, or you think that you're worthless. Sometimes you don't necessarily think. You might
definitely
think
feel it.
But you definitely feel it, and that's why you interpret
You
that.
might not think it, but you can also think it.
Yeah. Because I do a lot of feeling, and I interpret my feelings as thoughts. Like I you know.
Correct the connection.
Yeah, correct. I say I'm feeling like this, so it must.
Am I also thinking like shit too?
Yeah, you might actually be thinking like, I'm fucked.
You can do
negative
just the feeling,
thoughts.
but you can also do feeling and thought at the same time.
Yeah, I think I'm more guilty of having more negative feelings than negative thoughts. Now, the negative feeling is a bit shit because it's not as bad as the negative thoughts because you can't label it, but it's there. But it's harder to notice. You might be feeling like shit.
Yeah, I was the opposite. I've always been negative thinking.
Correct. Like I might feel like I'm missing something, but it's harder to like understand. Like so, I'm just dealing with it and going through it, but I'm not letting it do my head in. That's another story. Then I was thinking about is how you feel is your value to yourself, like the way you weigh up your value or the way you...
How do you know you reach a peak, you said?
No, how do you know what do you rate on the value scale? I don't know. All right. So I'm just trying to say, how do you know where you're at value wise?
Okay.
Like if I ask you now, like, what do you reckon your value's at? What are you going to say?
Well, again, it would be feeling.
But what's the criteria?
So, for example,
sweet.
So, for example, something I value traveling. Like, I believe that in myself, that I really like experiencing different cultures, different foods. I like to, get out of the rat race every so often and go regional, go to a mountain, go say new different country, whatever it might be, and that it's fulfilling for me. But that's also a value for me because when I was young, I never went anywhere. My parents, we wouldn't travel much. We wouldn't go anywhere. So I thought when I'm older, I would like to travel a lot more. And because I have, it's become a value of mine, of traveling.
So are you saying that being fulfilled and feeling valuable are exactly the same thing, or they're connected, or
definitely connected?
Can it happen without the other one?
Definitely connected.
This is
Yeah, that's right. They're definitely connected for sure because they're two good things. Fulfillment. If I don't travel, can I also be fulfilled? Is that the question? Yes, I can be fulfilled because traveling is not my only value. It's a value.
No, but feeling like you're enough, you have value, that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Without the travel, can it happen?
Yeah, it can happen 100%.
All right. Keep the fulfillment, because I don't know where that plays a role yet.
Fulfillment is doing things that you like, okay, but also being also comfortable in your own skin wherever you may be.
But it's fulfillment kind of like, all right, wait. Just hold that there.
Sweet.
Now, back to the value. So the way you weigh yourself up as opposed to like, oh, I'm nothing, I feel like shit. There's a certain thing that's happening that you come to that equation.
Yeah. I'm feeling like shit.
I feel like shit based off the things that I think the boxes that I need to tick.
Either tick or actually doing things as well. I'm not doing anything either, so that also makes me feel like shit.
Yeah, but all these things, let's say, is it possible that they're confusing the rating system, for lack of a better word? Confusing yourself.
They're definitely distorting it, 100%.
Bravo. All right.
Guaranteed.
Now we're getting somewhere. Because I could be thinking like all my mates have got Rolls Royces.
Yep.
And I drive a Toyota Corolla.
That's right.
I'm a shit
You're a shit cunt, yes. Yes, you can, 100 billion %.
But I'm not really a shit cunt.
No.
All right. Sweet. So then what do we have to think about, or what kind of a feeling what spiritual boxes do we have to tick inside us or whatever to... I think that's the disconnect. The more box you're ticking inside yourself and not needing to tick boxes outside, the more, like, let's say you've ticked 10 boxes, let's say you've got 10 boxes ticked inside yourself, spiritually, like things you're happy with that you do on a daily basis. I don't fucking know what that is. But there might be 3 boxes. I don't feel like at 100% because I don't have the Rolls Royce.
Yep.
I don't have the house
I get it,
in Miami. That means I'm trying to get to a point where I'm like, the less boxes you need to tick from outside is part of the equation. So if you got so nothing happens if you can just stand here there and just be sweet with.
First of all, you don't have to tick any boxes outside of you. You don't have to.
Correct. All right. So we know that's a measure of how far we are value-wise.
Yeah. If you're going out, it's already over.
Yeah. Now you can have a mixture of out and in.
But you don't have to though. To be fulfilled, you don't have to tick an outer box.
Or to feel valuable, not fulfilled.
All right, sweet. Valuable, yeah. You don't have to tick an outer box.
If we think the fulfillment and value is 2 different things, then we've got to keep it separate for this.
Sweet. All right, it is.
We'll get to that.
It is.
So you're ticking boxes.
In or an outer, you said.
Yeah. So let's say you've ticked fucking every box in yourself. You would think that you're valuable. You would think that you're self-confident because you're cool within your own skin. That's how that... The more cooler you are, the higher your value is. Is that correct?
That's 100%.
And the more you... Like, if you
and the higher your self-esteem.
That's right. If you don't give a fuck about what anyone thinks, all right? Because they represent the outside. That's a big, like, gauge.
Huge.
These are all little gauges.
Huge.
So if you go like, Sarhidia, I don't give a fuck. That means that's a score you get to like, oh yeah, I do value myself.
Yes.
I must be up there.
100%.
With certainty.
Certainty.
Okay, so that's the kind of, just for those who don't know, because we don't always know like how to measure.
No, we don't know how to measure.
Do you know what I mean? But these are ways I believe that you can measure.
Again, I don't think we haven't been taught.
You know what I mean? So it is ways. But if you're still like, yeah, but I still think about, I want these kinds of approval or this and that. That's straight. Okay. Yeah. So what we're saying is that the more you've got things outside that you need to make yourself happy, to feel whole,
the less you've got inside.
The less value you have. Fucking 100 million %. That's a fact.
Guaranteed. The more outer you look, the less inner you've got.
Yeah. So the game is get rid of everything from outside.
That's it.
I mean, as best as you can, obviously. And with the goal to be like, I'm cool with me. I'm cool with every move I make. I've got integrity. I've got honesty.
That's right.
And we'll go through it in other podcasts. But that's essentially how you value it.
You gauge it.
Yeah.
Correct, 100%. Because, sorry,
that's all right. I'll get to it. That's all right. Go.
That's okay. Go.
I was going to say then maybe money and all these other enhancers on top of that helps the fulfillment style, rather than like these things like I've got a bit of extra cash, or I've got a nice car. I go on holidays.
Yep.
I feel like these are kind of fulfilling things because money helps experiences.
Of course.
All right. So it's not the money. It's not just having it in the bank. It's what you're doing with it that makes the difference. So it's the experiences and the things you can do with the money that help the fulfillment. But and relative to your self-value or self-worth, can you experience fulfillment at the level that you need to experience it at? I think. Meaning, if you're completely influenced by the outside, and you got low self-esteem, like you need approval, you need to have this, it's harder to get fulfilled.
100%. 100%.
That's what
Guaranteed.
it is. Is that fucking lifted?
That's what it is. It's spot on. That's what it is, exactly.
Yes, has to have that relationship.
Yeah. So, to continue with that, is the alpha and omega, the be all end all, is to be cool inside you. This is a fact, as you're saying.
Yep.
For everyone listening as well, the things on the outer are not bad. It's not bad and good here.
No.
Zero. We're not talking about that. We're saying that the guy that's cool with himself can want a car. You might be cool with the Corolla right now because you're doing your thing and they don't give a fuck about the outside world at all. But it doesn't mean that you're also content with the Corolla. Like, oh, I'm happy to drive a Corolla. You probably are. But to want a Porsche as well because, that's what I want, it's not a bad thing.
No.
It's when you say, I need the Porsche or I need the outside, that's when you're fucked. So having all these other things is fucking fantastic. It's when you put the word need into it is where things change. And that fucking one word, again, words are so powerful. That one fucking word, that little change, that tweak is completely fucking different. It's a completely different solar system. It's a completely different life. It's a completely different experience.
Yes.
Those little add-ons. And yes, the main thing is to be fulfilled inside, okay? And just keep on kicking goals, really. And get whatever you want. Mate, go to town with anything you want. Just don't put the word need into it. Because that means that you've lost power.
Yeah.
And you've given power to something else.
Or be aware that you feel like you need something. Like you got to look at that.
Yeah,
that's
course,
what you mean.
Of course. Because I'm missing something from here, so I need it from out there. That's what I said before. Without the word need, you're cool here, and I'm just getting what I want. I don't need it.
Correct. Now, I've got a bit of a spanner in the works for this one, and then we can, wrap it up if you want or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I'm gonna put this to you. You know, I've always told you about like I need a car, this and that. All right, and I've had certain moments in my life, like I was speaking about it with a friend the other day. I've had certain moments in my life, like remember I told you about that thing about I wanted to cut this tree down and my mum cut my legs from under me. All right, but I felt strongly about that tree. Now there was something about that act that would have given me a feeling like maybe I missed when I was younger. I didn't have an independence. I didn't have something, and I felt it was something that connected me to that. Where as a man or whatever, that would have done something to me.
Yeah, it was one of the for everyone listening. It was one of the dragons you needed to slay.
Yeah,
back then,
for lack of a better word.
Yeah,
and like I had the opportunity to take something that I felt that I needed. That was in my hands.
Yeah, by chopping a tree down, I feel more manly. I feel like I can accomplish something. It was a mountain, whatever. It was just hard, but then I got over it.
That's right. I didn't have that opportunity when I was younger. Who knows?
Yeah.
In my opinion. But there was something about it that was calling to me. Now, that is outside of me.
It is.
But it's the experience was the thing I kind of needed. Because obviously confidence comes from shit you do.
You have to do something. You can't be like, I'm the most confident person doing anything.
Yeah, so this is the grey area of like something from the outside can help you as well.
No, of course it helps you. They all help you.
Just saying, yeah.
It's when you believe that thing is going to make you everything. It's gonna fulfill you.
It's gonna
fulfill you. In every single way. Different. I'm by cutting this tree down. I'm gonna gain more confidence. Like fuck, I could do more shit. What's next? Yeah. And then you keep on growing. That's different.
I might have felt that tree would have fulfilled me.
Yeah.
That's what I felt I needed.
Sweet.
All right. I'm still working on it. But then how I go years later. It hurt me in my heart that it was like I had my chance to be famous, and they're like, nah, they put someone else on instead of me. Cut the legs. Shout out to my mum. I love you, mum. So then later on, when I had the opportunity to renovate my house and show like that I was independent and I could do everything and I can take everything on my back and I can control the thing and I can I could step up to the plate when needed. I needed to show myself that.
Yeah.
All right. I had the same feeling, and I had the same feeling about it that I did about the tree. The sad thing is that the tree thing happened 10 years earlier. Now, sad thing. I'm like, what if I would have cut the tree? Maybe I would have felt like this cunt sooner instead of fucking waiting all this fucking time to show.
Odds are you would have.
Do you know what I mean?
I do.
All right. And it's fucked because I only realized, that's the same feeling. Now we go back to the car. And I thought about the car because I've always had this strong feeling like I need to drive a nice car, something. Not just because I'm into cars. I love cars, but I worked out today. I'm making a prediction. Now it could be something I think I need that's going to make me feel whole, but it does feel like I feel like a feeling in my chest that this thing is going to do something. Like I'll just feel better knowing that this exists and I have possession of this thing, even though it's a physical, materialistic item.
Yeah, it's an accomplishment.
I don't know. Maybe. Could be an accomplishment, but could be like, I need to experience that.
Sweet.
Now, and then I was thinking about it. It could be the reason why I feel so strongly is because, and the funny thing is, when we were younger, we didn't get that, that Nintendo or whatever when every other cunt got it and blah, 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 blah. The reason why I don't like birthdays is because it never went the way I wanted it. There's always some other cunt making a decision. I had no role to play in it. So it's like, what the fuck? What's the point? I don't know your experience.
I don't like birthdays at all.
But is it
very similar? Same thing. I had no control over birthdays. If they were when I was younger, if they're going
to doing it for you, just
have a birthday for me, I didn't have the money when I was 6 years old or 7. If my parents were going to do a birthday for me, they did it. They didn't. But it was not in my control, no.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing that gave it a bad name, as opposed to other people get a better experience with birthdays. They think it's like, I get things.
Most likely, yeah.
All right, so keep that there. When I was younger, I didn't get certain things, certain gifts or whatever. Everyone else had something else. I didn't have it. The car is the proverbial toy that I've always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the thing that I've denied myself.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the punishment. That's the
irony.
It's kind of like I'm almost like not going out of my way to give that to myself because I don't think I'm worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I'm sticking to I'm staying true to how I was raised when I was younger. I didn't get things. So that feels like there's a pedestal of something.
So that's leading the feeling.
Like I need to get this thing to fucking get rid of the whole magic about it.
Right. Okay.
But it's like the gaming thing when I was instead of waiting for some guy to give me that birthday, give me that gift, give me whatever. I need to give it to myself to mend that fucking, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you kind of something?
To knock it off. That's it. Take it off the list and fuck, I've accomplished it. I put it to bed, pretty much.
I put it to bed. I gave myself the thing that I think I needed.
That's it. Or I was missing. Yeah, that's right. So
something.
Someone didn't give it to me, so I went and got it myself, and it's the same result. But I did it for me.
Yeah.
I didn't wait for someone to do it for me.
Now, yeah, you might think it sounds like, what's the difference between I want money, I think that's going to make me whole, and this is going to give me something. I don't know the difference there. I can't tell you right now. It could be just bullshit.
Well, look, I think really, from what we're talking about, if it comes to it's very similar to the money. It's pretty much the same thing. That I need this to feel better. Again, that's a negative. Like, if you're whole here, you don't need the car. Doesn't matter how you're brought up. Doesn't matter. Anything doesn't matter. If you're whole now, you're only getting the car because you actually like the car.
3 seconds. The only difference is I haven't been chasing the car. This is why I think there's something different.
There's a different matter.
Correct. Like, even though I value it, I've been putting it on the back burner. This is the funny part. Mm-hmm. So I'm purposely denying it's like a reverse.
Yeah, okay, that's different.
Do you know what I mean? That's the only difference. That slight little thing. It's different. I want money, but I'm happy on the doll.
Because in that case, again, that's the way it works, is that because you're not chasing it, you're not attached to it, all you're doing, and this is the only thing you're doing, you're just punishing yourself the way that you were punished. That's it.
Yeah, so I am attached to it, but I'm also I'm punishing myself.
Yeah, you're just punishing yourself.
Yeah,
you're just following through with the same punishment that was dished out back then. Like, Ken, you don't deserve it.
Correct. So really, by not getting it, I'm doing the wrong thing.
That's right. Exactly.
Is that Muffet?
Yeah, only because you're not chasing for it. That's the only. That's the
I'm
fucking
not chasing. I'm
loophole.
denying it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I really want it though.
But chasing money is like, I fucking really want money. I need it now.
Yeah.
You're not saying that. You're saying, no, Ken, you can't have it because you're not good enough.
I don't do that. Bravo.
That's
Bravo. Even though it's a material thing and it's on the outside of it. Yes.
It's a big difference.
Bravo.
It's a massive difference.
Yeah. It's like going from one tea bag to two tea bags.
Same thing with I need a girl. I love this girl. I can't believe if she doesn't come in my life, I'm gonna be dead.
Yeah.
And then like the other person like she's nice, but she'll never be with someone like me. Big fucking difference.
Staying true to that game. Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah.
They're both wrong. They're both short-sighted. They're both in a negative state, but they're coming from two different angles.
Yeah. So the materialistic part of it doesn't dictate if it's wrong or not. It's the decision you make towards it.
That's right. It's how you see it.
It's how you see it.
That's the difference.
Yeah. I need it. I really want it, but I'm not giving myself it. Means you don't deserve it. I really need it, but I can't get it. But I think it's going to solve all my problems. Is also...
They're both coming from a negative place.
That's right. That's the point. Yeah. I'm just
That's the whole point.
Clear that.
The only difference is that one person wants it so bad and is attached to that. The other person believes they're not worthy of it.
Correct.
They're both lopsided. They're
Correct.
both in a negative state.
Yeah, like think about it. Like I could have maybe not gone overseas once, twice, whatever. Could have done. I made a lot of decisions. Overseas wasn't necessarily speaking to me.
Mm-hmm.
As in, I know I like it. I feel that I'm exercising my freedom by doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more of a I've got a responsibility to travel rather than like
I need it.
Like it's fucking like I've got a burning desire to travel.
Yeah.
It's like I've got to brush my teeth. Like I need to do this thing. This is what I do. I don't know, it's a different level. It's a better way to look at it because I'm not. I don't know. It's
you're not traveling.
Because that's all I can think of.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
You're not traveling because you think that I need to travel because I'm a loser. You're traveling because you love experiences. Your value is experiencing things, new things.
I'm also exercising my right.
It's freedom, your free will. You can do. There's a lot of things that traveling does.
I like doing shit that other cunts can't do.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of things that traveling ticks a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
Fulfillment, experience, it's you can't just travel on drop of a hat.
It's a lifestyle I like to have that also has a little bit of fuck you, I'm doing my thing.
There's a lot of fuck you
in it, you know what I mean?
Well, everyone's not working 9 to 5, and in this country, if they're only allowed 4 weeks a year and 2 weeks are mandatory at the Christmas,
all that shit.
You only got 2 weeks left. You're going to go nowhere.
It almost like
so it is a fuck you to society.
Bravo.
That I do what I want when I want.
Yeah, that's probably the strongest thing. That's probably like number one on the list why I travel.
Yeah. It's a
Which is
big
cool
part.
as well.
Yeah, it's 100%.
It's the same reason, I go for coffees. Back in the day, I used to go for a lot more dinners,
Yeah.
when I was romantically involved.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking 24/7. Like
it is a fuck you to society, and it comes from a stand of freedom and definitely control.
Yeah, I'm exercising my right to do this. I don't know, it's a weird one.
Yeah. No, 100%.
I'm not attached to it, but I feel like it's a standard that I don't know. It's how I just see myself. I don't know. It's a weird one.
It's a thing that you want to implement in your life. That's it.
Something, yes. To be a mad cunt.
You're at a level.
That's right. To be a mad cunt, you need to be doing mad cunt things. And these are part of the mad cunt things.
It's part of the mad cunt things.
You could be a mad cunt if you got a nice car.
Yeah, of course you could. But that's only one little
But you're not really. You're not really for some reason. You're not. No, you're not really. You got the money, you do it. But it's harder for people to go on holidays than it is to
Buy a car.
like. It's harder for people to spend money on experiences than it is to buy
Guaranteed.
a physical thing.
Easy. Buying a car can be nice and cozy in your neighborhood, and you can just go and buy it. It's easy. There's no, apart from getting the money, I mean, if you had the money, there's nothing else.
There's nothing else.
Like you just go buy it from the dealership.
Yes.
But if you had money, it's not as easy to travel.
Correct.
Even though you can just go buy the ticket, you can get on the flight, but then you get the flight, you've got to organise this, you've got to organise that. I've got to watch out here. There's way more variables than buying the fucking car.
Yeah, because buying a car, having a car...
It's still in a cozy situation.
Correct. It's not really... It doesn't go under the scope of like, what kind of life do you live?
Yeah.
It's not... Having a car is not living
And that experience
life.
could be over within minutes. Minutes.
Yeah. If anything, it's kind of like, not a luxury. It's almost a luxury, but the people who have it...
A car's another escape.
It's a big ass band-aidy.
Yeah, it's another escape. It's an instant gratification. Traveling is not an instant gratification.
No.
You know what I mean? Not at all. Because it's not like every time you travel, it's never 100% upside.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
There's things to consider. You know, there's things to like watch out for.
Correct.
It's not like all roses.
No.
It's not laid out. It's not just that straightforward. A car is very fucking straightforward.
No, but the thing is, it doesn't gain in value. You can't have it hanging around. You can't collect it. It's
Can't
only
sell
your
it.
experience. You can't tell anybody. I mean, you can't tell anybody.
No, you can't tell everybody. But the thing is, there's no, it's strictly selfish, really.
Yeah, there's a lot of people now because more people are traveling.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
There's a lot of people now who are going overseas only because they're forced to go overseas because every other cunt they know has gone overseas and experienced these certain things. And they want their 15 minutes of fame.
That's it.
Like, I tick these
I've
boxes.
been there too. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, so they're treating it like not a commodity, like a material thing.
Yeah, it could be a commodity as well.
Yeah.
You know, in the conversation, it's like, fuck, I've got, it's a value.
Oh.
It's like, I'm playing poker and I've got this card.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Like, I've done that.
Correct.
You know, I have status.
That's right.
You know? But yeah, even if you got money, it's not like that to travel. It's not as easy. There's things to consider. But you can buy, if you got money, any fucking dumb motherfucker can go buy a car.
Correct. And as far as like getting a portfolio together, an investment portfolio of houses, you know, that could, some people put that aside as well.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
They do.
For whatever reason.
Well, I have back in the day.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Because for me, it always came with the mindset of, I've only got a bit of money. What would I do? I can only do one thing. That was the mindset. I can only do one thing. What's the best bang for the buck with the little money that I have? And for me, it was always traveling.
Yeah.
I can get a lot more fulfillment, a lot more excitement
Interesting.
by traveling with the little, funds that I had, than buying a house. But to me, buying a house was boring.
Yeah.
There was no fulfillment in it.
That's what it was.
And it's not like I had millions when I was growing up. If I had millions, I'd buy 10 houses, 1,000 houses, and I would do traveling. But it was always like one or the other. Why would I buy a house if it doesn't give me a good feeling? That doesn't give me that feeling. What would I do it for? It makes logical sense that later on I don't have to work as hard and investment and all that. It's sweet, but when you're 18, you don't give a fuck.
No. Yeah, but I think it depends what you buy. Like it's the reason why you're buying something.
Even if I bought the whole city at 18 years old, and one was, hey, do you want to have the whole city?
Yeah.
Or do you want 3 months traveling in Europe, girls, parties and all that? You know which one I'll choose.
Yeah. But in hindsight...
Yeah, it's sweet. In hindsight.
A house represented for you the same thing it represents for all these other weird cunts who buy houses, eh? It's that same
It represented slavery.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Rather than Not status. Sorry.
No, rather than like, you know, investment, like I said, an asset, a positive in your life.
Yeah. Sometimes the motivation, like we look at something, we judge it because everyone else is doing this certain thing. They're doing it for a certain reason, and we think that if we're doing that, we're also doing it for that reason. I know it's weird.
Yeah, well, not many people were traveling. No one was traveling in my circle when I was that young. No one.
No, man.
So that was like very rare. And I thought, now I wasn't doing it because of that. I just liked to go.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't taken anywhere. Everyone fucking went to Disneyland when I was fucking young, and I didn't leave fucking my suburb.
That's right. It was almost an obligation.
It was an obligation.
Like
Yes.
to yourself, you know what I mean?
It was. I was obligated to fucking say, fuck you.
You know what I mean?
And I'm going to go do it.
Everything we do is fuck you, isn't it?
That's what it is.
We're very fuck you.
You know what I mean?
It's the fuck
and
you
buying
podcast.
a house was not fuck you. Buying a house was like,
I'm doing what you can't.
I'm doing what you're doing.
Yeah, that's
Why
right.
would I do that?
That's right. Yeah. Yes, of course. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
But now, as you get older and all that, you know, all right, sweet. I've done a lot of that stuff as well. How about you just, you know, also put some money here? Not completely cut this, traveling. Just put some money here and travel slightly less, not zero.
It's too far one way. We always swing the
We
pendulum
are.
too far.
We are. And, you know, I wouldn't change my past. I wouldn't change it. I would not change it.
You can't anyway.
Obviously, I can't anyway,
But
but
that's
I
fine.
wouldn't.
Sweet.
Because, like, I did what I thought was right, and that gave me great fulfillment. It
Now,
did.
could you have made better decisions? Of course.
Of course. You can
But
always
this-
make better decisions,
But
but
this is all hypothetical bullshit.
yeah, sweet.
You know what I mean?
But,
It's irrelevant. It's
fine.
what it's. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, no, of course.
I
But
could have done this, and hindsight's 2020, and
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, traveling, I would never, it doesn't matter how much money I spend on traveling, it's always worth it.
yeah.
Every fucking time.
Yeah, but like, let's say I go back, I go to you, all right, let's go back into time, and I go, you could have made a couple of these decisions, but
Yeah, sweet, I would have, yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But when it comes to
Could
traveling,
have done it better. It could have been better. It could
yeah.
have done it better. That's
Yeah,
all.
of course. I definitely could have done it better.
That's what I'm saying.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
So, look, at the end of the day, again, the whole thing is based on being comfortable in your own skin, all right? Being fulfilled with nothing.
That's right.
Like, if you can master that skill, you're ahead of everybody. That's for sure. Okay? And always strive to get things that you want. That's it. There's nothing more than that. You're never going to hear a podcast or some wise guy going to tell you anything more than that.
Man, there's a lot of shit.
You know, no, I'm just saying, like, in a
Cats
nutshell.
talking shit on this fucking internet. Right?
No,
Where
I'm
the
just-
other cats telling cats how the fuck it's
No,
gonna be?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, in a nutshell, there's nothing more than that. In a sense,
that's
like,
right.
that
But
if
you
you
will-
had that,
Yes.
if you were mastering just that,
That's right.
You don't need. That's what I'm saying. You don't need anything else.
That's where.
That's all I'm saying.
That's where first base or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, if you can master that, you're sweet.
That's where your effort needs to be.
Yeah,
And essentially in being better.
yeah,
All right, and kind of avoiding things that fuck your shit
yeah.
up.
Yeah, if you can learn more about you and master your emotions, master your thoughts, you're in a fucking great place. Fucking great place.
Yeah, like what do I need to do to be happy with myself?
Yeah,
You start from that. Once you start saying I need this and this and this, you got all this list outside yourself.
Yeah.
You got to start looking deeper.
yeah, and try to remove money from that as well, from that equation.
Anything.
Yeah, what can I do to be better?
Yeah. Maybe we'll go through a process on our next podcast or something. All right,
Sounds good.
bravo. All right, enjoy. Peace out. Hell yeah.